Hi, you must be back.
Yes. We spoke on the phone, but first of all, want to speak?
Sure.
All right. So as I was saying, we spoke on the phone, and I remember you telling me that you've been having some issues with like feeling anxious with school and things like that. So can you tell me a little bit more about what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a senior in college now, and I've been kind of getting worse grades in two of my classes, and usually I'm really good at school. I've never had problems, but when I get in the classroom now, I start to get nervous, and I freak out, and I can't remember what I'm doing.
Okay. Um, and you said you weren't like this before.
Correct.
So it's when you started. So it's not when you started up school. It's when you started up this senior year.
Yeah, it's just something about this last year.
Okay. So let's see. How long would you say you've had these issues? Like since you started noticing things were changing?
I'd say probably about 3 months.
3 months. Ooh, that's a while. Okay. Well, let's see. You said that it's revolving around class. Do you feel anxious all the time, or is it just when you're going to class?
It's I mean, I can sit in class just fine.
Okay.
I can take notes. I can listen to lecture without a problem.
Oh, all right.
It's usually around tests or like presentations. Like
Okay.
when I'm doing presentations, like everybody's looking at me, or when I'm doing tests because I'm scared to score so many points, and then I freak out because I think I might not remember, and then once I get so nervous, I can't think clear anyways.
I gotcha. So can you unpack for me a little bit what you mean by freak out?
Okay, my freak out modes are when I walk in, and I was normal walking in, but then I start to sweat, I start to shake, I get really nervous. You can hear it in my voice, you can kind of see it in my hands, and then I kind of blink. It's like, I don't know, something takes over and I can't think anymore.
It's like a block?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as far as like the sweating and the shaking and everything, have fellow classmates commented?
My friends.
Okay, so they notice it. What about people who don't know you? Do they notice it?
I don't really talk to them, so
Oh.
they don't usually come up to me and be like, hey, you were shaking. So, no, it's usually just like my friends that are in class with me.
Okay.
Like, I haven't had anybody say anything yet, but they might have noticed. I just don't know.
All right, fair enough. So, with I'm trying to think. Give me a second. So, would you say is it worse for exams versus presentations, or doesn't matter?
I would say, I mean, they're both pretty bad right now. I think presentations are just a bit worse because everybody's staring at me,
Okay.
and when I'm taking the test, at least I can sit down and they're not all looking at me.
All right. Is there anything else other than the exams and the presentations that you really worry about a lot?
What happens after graduation? I mean, I've been in school for so long, it's like I don't really know what I'm going to do next. Like, how am I going to find a job? And with the economy nowadays, who's going to want me to work for them? Like, there's no jobs out there.
I gotcha. And just so I know where you're at, so you're looking straight to go into like the workplace rather than like grad school?
Well, I thought about grad school. I'm pre-law.
Okay.
So I thought about grad school, but then I have the LSAT and everything else, and it's too overwhelming for me right now. So I'd rather just get in the work field, get a year or two under my belt, see if this is what I really want to do, and then maybe move on. I'll make my decision after that.
Oh, all right. Well, at least you're still planning things out. And how do you feel about that? I mean, feel like you're moving in a direction?
If I can get through school, yeah. I mean, I've always been a planner, and I've always had plans. I know what I want to do. I know how to get there. But for some reason, there's like a block, and I can't get there. And I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to find a job because my grades aren't going to be so well. And people are going to look down upon it and just dismiss me.
I see. All right. Now, have you done anything in order to try and cope with like the worry and the anxiety and things
I've tried to practice. I thought maybe I was just nervous because I didn't practice like my presentation, but that didn't work. I was still nervous and I still stuttered and it was horrible.
Okay, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so I'm not hearing anything, too extreme, like you haven't resorted to trying drugs to calm down at all?
No.
Have you thought about hurting yourself?
No.
Or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So at least now I know kind of what we're working with. So overall, your big problem is some of the assignments involved with class make you very kind of apprehensive, and you just have a lot of anxiety in this senior year that also has to do with transitioning, so it's very like school and career related. Right? Okay. Give me 1 second, I want to look at my notes real quick just to make sure I'm getting everything. All right. So other than the anxiety itself, like on an emotional level, are you having any other really big things that you feel like I should know about?
I've been doing okay in other aspects. It's just this school thing is getting to me. I mean, it's kind of building up. Like, I get mad about it, or I get sad about it some days because I know I can do better, but it's nothing that like interferes with my daily activities or anything.
Okay. So then I guess we'll look at your anxiety in the context of your schoolwork and things like that.